Okay. And Burbank for TV5. I am checking back with you here now. Westbound on the 210 freeway from Laguna Canyon. TV5 with the ident, and we're still on 0276. Thank you, ma'am, TV5. Okay, guys. Okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Do we know what kind of suspect this is? Okay. Can you make them out? I can't make them out. Where did this start? What? Hey guys, where did this start again? Reckless driver, CHP? Okay. TV5 is going to be checking into Whiteman here, ma'am. Whiteman Tower, Copter TV5, Hanson down for the West 210 on a police pursuit here. We're at 2,200. The 3014 for TV5. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, we're going to hold 2.1 here. Are we on? Okay, good afternoon, guys. Mark Kono live in Sky 5 HD. Here we go, coming to you from Lakeview Terrace here. We are on the 210 freeway with a CHP pursuit that initiated somewhere out of the Ventura area along the 118 freeway here. That CHP pursuit apparently started with the CHP noticing a reckless driver and again, the Ventura County area here. We are now in Lakeview Terrace here, heading back towards the west, over towards the 118, where he originally was spotted, again, by the CHP here. This is a fast mover with speeds in excess of 100+ miles an hour here. So it appears this dark-colored sedan has at least 2 units of the CHP in relative close proximity here. So this, from what we understand, is going to be a reckless driver here. And now, obviously, with various moving violations to add to his list of infractions, this is going to be a pursuit that is going to be... Okay, I've got you there. I'm at 2.2 now, westbound. This is going to be a pursuit that is going to be carrying on here for a little bit here with no signs of slowing up, no signs of wanting to give up. This guy is being pursued, or people, I should say. We don't know exactly how many people are in the vehicle, but you can see kind of weaving in and out of lanes, kind of weaving through slower traffic here, kind of from the fast lane over to the right, and that's now where we are, the 210 freeway westbound, right near the 118 freeway. So if this person opts to go to the right, that's going to keep him or put him onto the 118 freeway westbound from where he came, and it appears for now that's what's going to be happening here. So there it is. That's going to be the transition road. It's a 2-lane transition with a couple. Alrighty. The 210 freeway transition to the westbound 118. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. On that transition road, we have a better view of the driver at this point. Wyman for TV5, we're going to be west on the 118 over towards the 5. Thanks. Okay, at the end of the transition road, now on the 118 freeway, he'll be coming up on Glen Oaks, he'll be coming up on San Fernando Road, and the 5 freeway in about 1.5 miles or so. You can see the driver of this vehicle in the number 2 lane, moving at a fairly fast rate of speed here. I don't know that I see anyone in the passenger seat, so at least the driver, don't know about any additional occupants at this point, so we'll kind of see how this pursuit carries on here. But again, beginning in Ventura County, somewhere along that 118 freeway corridor when the CHP again noticed this reckless driver. So now we're basically heading back along the 118 freeway. Let's see how far this person wants to take us, but ultimately if he is going back to the Ventura County area, that is going to be kind of where this this pursuit started, perhaps an area of familiarity as we have seen time and time again here. So just passing San Fernando Road, west on the 118 freeway, and another quarter mile or so, he will be over towards the 5 freeway. TV5, thank you. And guys, let me send it back down to you for a moment here. I've got to talk to air traffic control. Thanks, 11. Okay. All right. $1,200. Thank you, guys. Rich, what did he have to say? No. Okay. No, I can't, but I can tell you where we are, westbound on the 210 freeway here, continuing at a particularly high rate of speed here, and it's pretty dangerous when you have a suspect here who is willing to push these pursuits in excess of 100 plus miles an hour here, and that's kind of what we're seeing at this point here. He is pushing the speed in the number 2 lane, on the westbound side of the 118 freeway. We've just passed Balboa, and now we're going to be heading over towards White Oak, over towards Zelza, and over towards Reseda Boulevard here. So in light to medium volume traffic, generally light, he is able to kind of weave in and out of the slower moving traffic at this point, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. He is encountering a pocket of slowing here where there are vehicles essentially blocking all lanes of traffic, and he's just trying to do his best to weave in and out in a dangerous situation, of course, especially for the other commuters on the road who are just trying to go from point A to point B. So there you go. Have a look. He is now moved into the number 1 lane with a little bit of clear air ahead of him here. We have just a few vehicles, but generally, again, light to medium volume, but a lot of slower moving traffic covering across, basically across all lanes of traffic here. So he is going to be having to continue this kind of weaving in and out type of driving here as he makes his way over towards Topanga Canyon and ultimately the Santa Susana Pass here. So it does appear that he might be heading back over towards the Ventura County line, over towards Simi Valley, where the CHP initially picked this pursuit up. Again, a reckless driver. It appears from our angle only one person in the vehicle here without any direct confirmation here. Again, this person willing to push this pursuit for long periods of time and at high rates of speed here. So you're kind of seeing it here. Now moving into the slow lane here. He's got a couple of vehicles that are trying to merge onto the freeway, and he's going to have to move to the left to get out of their way here. But again, just a very dangerous situation here. Anytime you have a fast-moving pursuit, it kind of elevates the situation here. We have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 units of the CHP that are in relative close proximity here, but they are having to push the limit as well, just in there trying to keep up with the pursuit here. So we'll be coming up on Topanga Canyon here shortly. Porter Ranch, Chatsworth, that's kind of the general vicinity we are in right now. We've just passed through Granada Hills and those areas here. So again, moving over towards the Santa Susana Pass on a westbound trek along the 118 freeway here, right at Porter Ranch. And again, he's just kind of moving in and out. We have LAPD helicopter above, and now this person is going to be getting off. Hang on a moment here. I'll see if I can track that down. That could be Porter, was that Corbin? Okay, Porter Ranch Drive. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. He's going to get right back on, so cross right through the intersection, get right back on the freeway here, again on a westbound trek. Wow, look at that. You can see what he is willing to do, or she, but you just don't know at this point what is going through the mind here. Just trying to kind of maintain a pursuit here, and it's just, what is this person thinking here? So now, kind of traveling at a slower speed behind slower traffic. Is that on the right shoulder? Yeah, it looks to be on the right shoulder at this point. Is that a female or a male? It potentially might be a female here, but again, you can see driving on the right shoulder of traffic and not necessarily needing to do so because there are open lanes of freeway here, but opting to drive on that right-hand shoulder. In doing so, we are going to be coming up on an exit here, and that is going to be Topanga Canyon Boulevard here. So let's see what happens. Getting off the freeway, there is one slower vehicle just ahead in the left lane here, so that fast mover is going to be getting off the freeway right here at Topanga Canyon. If you wanted to get back on the freeway, it would be a pretty tough negotiation here. You'd have to make the left turn in a hairpin. Okay. He hit kind of a cone there and has stopped essentially. The CHP obviously right behind him right now. We're going to hold our spot. Hang on just a moment here. Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to hold the west side here. I'm on the south side of the freeway here. 2.2, guys. All right, so there you go. Stopped. Bear with me. Okay, I've got you both. All right, here we go. So the person has stopped, and you can see the CHP, guns drawn, behind the vehicle here. And now cars are starting to stack up behind the CHP as they are trying to exit the freeway here on the westbound side of the 118 freeway here at the bottom of the off-ramp at Topanga Canyon here. So let's see what this person decides to do. Hopefully comes to his senses here and gives up peacefully. At this point, it looks like still trying to work on negotiating with the guy to get out of the vehicle here, but apparently this is still in an effort to not give up, I suppose here, but the good news is that he has certainly stopped the vehicle here, and that is going to be a good thing for the general public here, especially as he was traveling at pretty high rates of speed on the freeway here. Don't know if was he rolling forward here? No, maybe not, but again, you're seeing it as we are here. Guns drawn, CHP, trying to get this guy to come out of the vehicle and give up peacefully. Guys, let me send it back down to you. I've got you both. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh. Is this DeSoto Avenue? Yeah, it is. DeSoto across Lassen. What? Okay. Plummer. So he's across Plummer. Okay, stopped in slower traffic at Nordoff. Hang on, aren't we, Parthenia? What's that? Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. It is, you know, back on surface streets here, coming into the Chatsworth area here, DeSoto Avenue, just southbound, just coming up on Roscoe here, so you do have some road construction, you do have slower moving traffic, you have a bunch of stoplights to have to negotiate here, so that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Again, southbound on DeSoto, and just coming through Roscoe. And yeah, just kind of having to submit a little bit to some of the traffic, some of the slower vehicles on the road here. We have a couple of, we have an LAPD airship, we also have a CHP airship above, and we are of course following along as well here. So that's kind of what we're dealing with at this point. Again, just kind of a slower moving pursuit at this point, so not necessarily driving too recklessly, not necessarily driving at high rates of speed like we were seeing just a few minutes ago over on the 210 and the 118 freeways here. So maybe that's a good thing here, but you know, of course, the eventuality that this person will hopefully give up is always there, and we hope that is the case here. He had an opportunity to give up just at the end of the freeway there when he got off, but again, the pursuit was on. So, you know, moving over towards the 101 freeway, moving over towards Warner Center, that's kind of the direction that we are traveling at this point here. Again, southbound on DeSoto, and we continue to follow this guy as he makes his way over towards, say, Satakoy and Sherman Way. So again, not necessarily not necessarily driving too fast, and again having to slow down for the slower cars ahead of him here. So no signs of wanting to give up as of yet, other than the fact that he did stop at the end of the freeway off ramp there, and it looked like for a moment there might have been an opportunity for him to do so, but did not take it, and of course not to his benefit here, but hopefully he will give up shortly here. But we are through Saticoy, and now we're headed towards Sherman Way, and we are again on DeSoto as this vehicle, this reckless driver, again kind of proceeds southbound over towards Warner Center and the 101 freeway here. So ultimately, I hope he doesn't go all the way to the 101 and try and rejoin the 101, or try and join the 101. But again, that is certainly an option unless they are able to get this guy to give up shortly here, guys. Yeah. Sherman Way. What? Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, of course had the opportunity to give up, but perhaps thought about it and, thought again, and there we go. So as you saw, he just kind of kept on going. Don't know for sure if this is a male or female. I kind of am making the reference of a male here, but certainly maybe a female at this point. We just don't know without getting a close-in look. But there you go, still moving southbound on DeSoto. From Sherman Way, we'd be looking at Van Owen and Victory Boulevard here, and so that's kind of the area that we are nearing at this point here. I don't want to get too far ahead of here, but we do want to get a good angle. But again, as you can see, he is just showing no signs of wanting to give up at this point. But hopefully we'll choose to do so over the course of the next few minutes. But again, something that we will have to wait for and see. So Rich, our Sky 5 photographer, tells me this might be a Hyundai Accent perhaps. And so you guys were asking about the vehicle, so it might be a Hyundai Accent, a dark colored one. And again, southbound on DeSoto, over towards Victory Boulevard here, and over towards the 101 freeway. Ultimately, if he continues on this track, it looks like a westbound turn. So there you go, a westbound turn, and bear with me here. I believe that's going to be Van Owen Street, a westbound turn on Van Owen. And it is at this point here where we are going to have to, hang on, we'll see how far we can track this pursuit here, because we are going to be coming onto the intersection of a flight restriction. And so we'll kind of continue to maneuver into position here and get into a spot where we can hopefully continue watching the pursuit here. So bear with us just a moment. Okay. Van Owen, westbound, kind of behind that complex of apartments. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. There you go. Again, having to submit to some slower traffic here, and of course the traffic signals that you're seeing there. But again, making a westbound turn on Van Owen. We'll try and get an intersection there. But let's see. Eton Avenue there. I do have you there. We're just going to hold on the north side of the restriction here, guys. Guys, let me hand it over to you for a moment. Hang on. We've got all three of you. trees. I know, he'll be out of the trees here shortly. Northbound turn, northbound turn. Okay. Okay, 5's going to go north. Adam, I think that's you in the gray. I've got you. We are trying to avoid a flight restriction, so we are trying to work our way around and do our best to try and keep up with this thing here, but bear with us here. We are going to try and reacquire, but just bear with us here. We're just trying to avoid, we're right at the edge of a flight restriction, and we just can't enter it under any circumstance, so we're going to try to, in the interest of safety here, just try and make our way around the restriction here and do the best we can to try and pick it up again from the north side, so bear with us here. Rich, if you look over there, you can see the helicopter. It's okay. It's all right. Now, there's the helicopter. Okay. We're trying to reference the police. We're trying to reference the police helicopter here, guys. So. Okay. 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 At the American Tire store. All right. There you go. All right. So that looks like the vehicle there. Rich has picked it up over at the American Tires store. So we'll try and get in a little bit closer, but we don't want to get too close to the restriction here. But again, that looks like it might be the vehicle, and that in fact, is that hard to know? That looks like it's the car, although we know that the driver was wearing a red sweatshirt or a hoodie or something. DB, I got you down below there. Okay, still in the vehicle then. Still in the vehicle perhaps. Okay, so that might not have been the driver who was walking around. Guys, this is as close as we are going to be able to get, unfortunately here, so we're not going to be able to get a better view. But again, that does look like the vehicle here. Hopefully the police are going to be able to get to this America's Tire right next to the U.S. Bank on Topanga Canyon here. So kind of awaiting the arrival of, can you zoom out to the street and see what they're, okay, there they are, okay. Here comes the CHP, and hopefully they will be able to convince this guy to come out peacefully. Again, you know, the second time we're seeing something like this where the CHP had this guy at the end of the freeway off-ramp there, and the guy decided to take off here, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, hang on, bear with us. Derek, I've got you there. I'm going to move west a little bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. Driver's out. There's the red, and the CHP has him. So, wow, my goodness. Certainly some good news there. My gosh, I'm sure glad he decided to give up peacefully here. Again, at the America's Tire, it looks like a female. It may in fact be a female here, but again, in custody at this point, right outside the America's Tire here on Topanga. Guys. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Look where we are. We're right there at the edge of it. So, I can't hear you, brother. Hang on. Oh, really? Okay. Ripping along, man. All right, I think we're going to be out of here. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Sky 5, how you doing on this? You good? Ah. Okay, I'm going to be leaving here. I've got this. Kill my mic, would you?